Good day, everyone. I am Joanna Kiima Caso, together with my groupmates Cheska May Verdida, Jestone Perocho, Antoinette Kingpit, Julian Claire Eduave, and Ria Antoinette Melon. Today, we are going to present our topic entitled Philippine Indigenous Customary Laws, Foundations of Peace and Harmony. This presentation will help us understand how indigenous communities preserve peace and unity through their traditional system of laws and values. To begin, let us first understand what customary laws are. These are traditional rules and practices that indigenous communities follow. Instead of being written in books or code like national laws, these are passed down through our oral tradition from elders to the younger. Customary laws serve as guides for behavior, justice, and social order. They teach community members how to live with respect, honesty, and harmony with others and with nature. Now, why are they important? They help maintain peace, respect, and cooperation among members of the community. When conflicts arise, these laws play a vital role in solving issues through dialogue, reconciliation, and guidance of elders. In short, customary laws are not just rules, they are a way of life that keeps indigenous communities united and peaceful.
Legal recognition. So the Indigenous Peoples' Rights Act legally affirms that the traditional justice system of indigenous communities are valid. This means that their customs are not just cultural practices. They are recognized as legitimate source of law, especially in governing their own internal affairs. And indigenous groups are given the right to resolve conflicts using their own traditional processes, as long as human rights are upheld. Instead of immediately going to formal courts, their leaders or council can settle issues based on their customs, which are often more peaceful and community-centered. Indigenous philosophy behind customary law. So first is peace over punishment. The main goal is to restore peace within the community, rather than simply punishing someone. So what matters most is bringing people back into good relation so that the community remains united. The next one is consensus over command. So instead of one person making a decision, the whole community, usually led by elders, discusses until everyone agrees. This makes the decision more acceptable to all and prevents future conflict. And the last one is the restoration over revenge. So customary justice focuses on fixing the damage caused by the conflict. Rather than seeking revenge or humiliation, efforts are made to repair relationship through apologies, compensation, or reconciliation rituals.
The Kalinga Budong or Peace Pact is one of the best examples of how Philippine indigenous customary laws serve as a true foundation of peace and harmony. It is a tribal agreement made between Kalinga villages to prevent conflict and maintain unity. When dispute arise, the Council of Elders, known as the Pangat, mediate and guide both parties toward reconciliation instead of punishment. This practice reflects the indigenous value of restoring relationship rather than seeking revenge. For instance, if one tribe member causes harm, the elders gather both communities to discuss reparation and renew the budong through dialogue, symbolizing restored trust and peace. The Lumad's Tampuduha Balagon ceremony beautifully demonstrates how indigenous customs promote harmony and forgiveness through symbolic and spiritual acts. In this traditional peace ritual, conflicting parties over their weapons tied together with the vines, Balagon as a sign of unity and the end of hostility. The act represents humility, reconciliation, and the commitment to peacefully coexistence. Aligned with the presentation theme, this ceremony shows indigenous communities' values dialogue and understanding over punishment. So, for example, when two Lumad clans have a dispute, the Tabudaho Balagon brings them together in a ceremony led by elders where forgiveness is publicity expressed and peace is renewed through shared and cultural belief.
So now, let's try to differentiate customary law from state law. In customary law, justice is restorative. It focuses on healing relationship and restoring peace within the community. Decisions are made through community-based discussions, often guided by elders who know the traditions well. The main goal is unity and harmony, not punishments. Meanwhile, state law is more punitive, meaning it focuses on punishing the offender for breaking the law. It follows a formal court process involving judge, lawyers, and legal procedures. The main focus here is on legality and individual accountability rather than restoring relationship. So while both systems aim for justice, customary law emphasizes peace and reconciliation, while state law prioritizes legal order and punishment. So, relevance to peace studies. Customary laws shows us that peace and justice can exist even without formal courts or police system. Indigenous communities have maintained order and harmony through dialogue, empathy, and cooperation. These are values that are central to peace building. This traditional system reminds us that peace doesn't always have to be about punishment. It can also be about understanding, forgiveness, and rebuilding trust. In short, customary law serves as living example of cultural peace practices, showing that true peace begins with respect, relationship, and unity.
Even though they hold great significance, Indigenous customary laws face many obstacles. These include discrimination and being overlooked by mainstream legal systems. Younger generations are also losing touch with traditional practices due to modernization and urbanization. Furthermore, there are often conflicts between customary laws and formal state laws, making implementation difficult. Preservation efforts. To address these challenges, communities and the government are working to preserve Indigenous laws. Traditional leaders are gaining formal recognition, and many rituals and legal traditions are now being recorded for future generations. Cultural education is also being integrated into schools to help young people appreciate and continue these practices.
So, in conclusion, customary laws remain relevant and powerful peace systems. This means that traditional laws and customs passed down through generation within indigenous communities still hold significant influence today. They serve as effective frameworks for maintaining peace and resolving conflicts because they are rooted in cultural values and community consensus. Secondly, they teach unity, respect, and restorative justice. Customary laws emphasize important social principles such as unity, bringing community members together, respect, honoring each individual's dignity, and restorative justice, repairing harm through reconciliation rather than punishment. This teaching help maintain harmony and social cohesion. And lastly, modern society can learn from indigenous conflict resolution. This suggests that contemporary communities and legal systems can benefit by adopting indigenous conflict resolution methods. These traditional approaches often prioritize dialogue, understanding, and healing, which can complement or improve modern practices focused on justice and peace building.
And here are the references.